Today, it is about bringing back your treasures, restoring them so that your situation will not just improve, but so that you can change the world, so that the world can begin to take you seriously again. I am talking about the Igbo people who have scattered all over the world, who are troubled in every sense of the word troubled. They have certain treasures. We have certain treasures which most of us can still relate to, or all of us can still relate to, but only very few bother to relate to them again because the existing reality, as ineffectual, as ineffective, as corrupt, as bad, as dangerous as it is, seems to the contemporary Igbo to be the only reality. This is not sustainable. So those of us that are called to talk, to speak out, to record, to analyze, we will keep on walking with the hope that a generation of Igbos will arise, look at the records that we saved, and begin to improve their lives. And we hope that this generation will come up soon, because to understand some of the things I'm saying now, you have to see them. I saw my father operating as the head of our family, so I know how the Igbo society is to be run, how it was run, and the only perfect way it will work. I'm going to read hereafter. Why don't you bring back your treasures and change the world? Is the title of my readings today. The tradition of public servants, leaders, giving and not receiving anything from the people is omenala. Okenye, Onyihi, Obi, Eze Mmụọ, the three personages that have routinized functions receive no salary, no allowances, and no benefits from their republics. This is totally corruption-free. This was the system that was in the land until experiments led to importation of foreign ideas, first from local neighboring foreigners, second from the British. I woke up this morning thinking that less than 2 Igbos think of this. I deliberately said less than 2 Igbos because I know that I think about this, but I don't know any other Igbo that thinks about this and things like it, even though every Igbo can relate with this and confirm it. For over 30 years, my father headed and led the Ilona Udoji family, which is the Obi family of our sub-republic, as Onyihi elder. His material benefits, none, zero. He paid his financial dues as everyone else in the family did, and the Anofo, which he used as Akajiofo, reverted to the family after he joined our ancestors. He kept only 10% of the tithes, Ihu, that were brought before him. 90% was shared by the other members of the family, and it was his job to organize the family to ensure that every orphan, widow, helpless stranger that ran to the family for succor was protected. This was a full-time job. I saw my father doing it. Salary, none. So, Igbo people, when people want to feed on you, they convince you that they want to engage in public service. If you really want to engage in public service, renounce the salary from the public. Igbos have to do this so that Nigerians will learn that that is how it's done. Igbos hailed my learned colleague, lawyer Omihobo, for appearing in court as an Urobo priest after the Supreme Court of Nigeria ruled that everyone has a constitutional right to their religious dress, but Igbos have accepted the unworkable and corrupt borrowings instead of trying to restore their own traditions that worked and that the advanced nations are even trying to get to. I decided to write this because I have been thinking that less than 5 Igbos in the world know that Omenana goes far beyond wearing Isiago, using a walking stick and staging ridiculous dances, or tying red and white cloths to trees. It encompasses much more. Lawyer Mihobro struck a giant blow towards restructuring Nigeria. If all the ethnic groups in Nigeria begin to know who they are, live by their traditions, Nigeria will be restructured without necessarily sending thousands of corrupt individuals to the capital to practice corruption. And Igbos, it's high time you begin to be yourselves. If nobody would say what I'm saying, I'm going to say it. Wake up in the morning or wake up in the night, think about the Igbo situation. Don't compare yourselves necessarily to other nations. If you want to compare yourself necessarily to other nations, compare yourselves to the surrounding nations 200 years ago. No destitutes, no prostitutes. That was what you were 200 years ago. Look at the surrounding nations. So, don't keep on thinking that the existing reality is the only way out. Just as the world is thinking that the mess we live in currently is the only way out. I read with consternation the position that due to the war in Ukraine, there will be hunger in Africa. Why should there be hunger in Africa? Up to 70% of the land in Africa is arable. Must Africans eat wheat? What about cassava? What about okwa?